Hey everyone, this is Ale, and today we're going to talk about some of the love cards or cards that signify love in the tarot. And I told you that I was going to talk about a bit of differences regarding soulmate, heartmate, twin flame, etc. And I'm going to talk a bit about that too as well in this, and we're going to go from different aspects of that as well. So the reason why I put these two cards in here is because we're going to talk a little bit about true love and could this be the one. And the reason why I wanted to do it this way is I wanted to showcase these particular cards that I pulled out, plus a couple of others that aren't your typical tarot cards, but can also work within the realm of a reading. For those of you who are reading tarot, everybody reads tarot differently. I mean, there's still basic meanings involved, but there's some that when worked together that they work in certain ways. Now there are certain cards that specifically are all or nothing, all in but love. And then there are some that are specifically regarding base about type of relationships or the kind of relationship you can have. And three of those are specifically in the arcana, major arcana. And I want to go over this first. The Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. So the Empress, of course, is all about fertility, sensuality, creationism. She's basically the relationship sensuality, a fulfilling connection between you and your partner. Basically, she's all about the sensuality between you and them, the attraction, the touchy-feely phase is what a friend of mine call it, that always seems to be there. The holding hands even when you've been together for 35 years, etc., etc., etc. The Emperor, look at that man. He is about the male figure. He is about a long-term partner. He is that presence that suggests somebody who is going to always be there. The Hierophant is not your typical love card. However, the representation of the Hierophant it's all about tradition, structure for some religion. So he's also about the long-term committed relationship or marriage that's very traditional. And tradition is what you make of it. So for some, traditional is polytheistic, some is not, some is, it's whatever your tradition is. But it's also the fact of the idea of a long-term committed relationship. And it doesn't necessarily always mean marriage, but that's what that's recommending in regards to a relationship. And I wanted to bring those three up first because oftentimes when those cards come up in a reading, people automatically say it's a female to male and it's a religious person. That's not true. It's the energy of. Because you can have an Empress show up in a love reading and it is not a female. It's a receptive energy. It's about sensuality between you and your lover. It can be that it's about the abundance in the relationship that this relationship has. Same thing with the Emperor. The Emperor can be that it's a stable relationship. It's not about a male, a male itself. It's not about a male oriented. I have a wonderful friend. Her and her partner are absolutely beautiful together. I went to their wedding and it was I don't think I cried half as much as I did at my own wedding. long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Of which now I'm single. But they are so stable. They've been together 24 years. And they're like the most rock solid of relationships. And so the Emperor is their card. Not because one's more male energy versus the other, but they are like seriously the most stable, structured relationship I have ever seen between two people. Everybody goes to them for advice for stuff. Hey, you know, blah blah blah. How did you get past all this stuff, this nonsense, and family members and all that other nonsense that happened with them. And that's what that is. Same thing with the Hierophant being regarding a conventional marriage, or even regarding a long-term marriage. The idea is that a Hierophant, a priest, is the idea that he is symbolic of your tribe. He is your tribal head. He is all about tradition. So your traditional, your long-term committed relationship between you and the land, the sovereignty fact. That's what that's about. So I want to go over these particular cards because, one, these are cards that most people recognize regarding romance and love. And then I want to go over how you can actually view them in cognition. And there's a couple of other cards that are love romance oriented, but not normal, like in a normal sense. So I want to go over them because of the hows and the whys. Okay, so these are the first three. The Lovers, of course, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. So you're probably wondering, you know, like, oh my god, why is she even showing these two cards? But why is she even showing these cards at all? Now, when it comes to the Knight of Cups, he is literally your Knight of Shining Armor, your princess. He's the basically your soulmate. That's the reason why I chose that card. So basically the Knight equals the soulmate. Okay. The King is also about a kind and loving person. He is about forgiveness and trust in a relationship. He is about the overall love relationship itself. That it is a giving, growing relationship of love. It's also about a person who loves openly, which is one of the reasons why I have that card in this particular pile. Lovers, of course, is just what it says. It's about two lovers. There you go. It's the epitome of for love. It's also about a connection for two people. It's about an authentic relationship. It's about love, dude. It's love. Yay! But at the same time, too, Lovers is also about balance and choices. The Lovers isn't just love, but in a love relationship reading, yes. So, soulmates. In traditional terms, soulmates are people who complete you. You're complete within yourself, but a soulmate is strong where you are weak. You complement where they are weak. You buoy each other up when things happen. And they are your complement. They are not your reflection like a twin flame is. They are what makes you look brighter and better. They make you better than you are currently because they make you want to be better. A twin flame is, in a lot of ways, your equal, your double, your twin, your mirror image. Yes, there are areas where they are light and you are dark, and you are dark and they are light. However, there's usually equal measure. In a lot of ways, you are evenly yoked with the twin flame. Can you love a twin flame and be in love and have your twin flame also be your soulmate? Absolutely. My twin flame and I are absolutely not. My twin flame and I, my soul twin is basically what I call her, is a soul twin. We have been soul twins for God knows how many lives, and probably will be for how many lives going forward. But no, we have never ever been romantic. We kind of laugh at the idea, actually. We were like, we should just marry each other and just be over with it. Then we start laughing hysterically. Because we both know our soulmates would probably get pissed over the idea. Now, that said, does every twin flame, soul twin, become a soulmate? Now, some twin flames are what I call heartmates. And heartmate is somebody who makes you better than what you are. They take that area where you are weak and they love you no matter what, like a best friend does, like a soul twin does. And they go, are you freaking kidding me? What the hell is this nonsense? And yes, it can be romantic. Yes, it can be like a best buddy, best friend for life. It is like when you meet a heartmate, it is like somebody you've known forever and a day. It clicks. It is like, oh, hey. You talk with them and it's like, this is like I've talked with this person forever. I have always been able to just talk with this person. It's like not having to waste time. They get what I'm saying. I don't have to explain myself. That's what heartmates are like, and they help you to overcome some of the things that you have set for your goals, to conquer those aspects that have haunted you in the past that you want to conquer and overcome. Can they be close to what your soulmate is? Oh, hell yeah. I've had a couple of heartmates who were very close to the way that my soulmate is. Are they my soulmate? No. But these heartmates, I can seriously, in a heartbeat, run, jump, sit, and hug the hell out of them, kiss them, put my head on their shoulder, and just relax, knowing I'm safe and I don't have to think twice. I don't have to worry about not being safe. That is what it's like being with a heartmate. King of Cups for me a lot of times is that heartmate, that person I can love, trust, who forgives me, who's kind. The King of Cups is that heartmate. It is the person who reflects that for me in many a way. So whenever I see that person, a lot of times that is that aspect for me. Now you're probably wondering, well, if that's the case, then what is it like when when you get a soul twin or a twin flame? What is it? What kind of card is it like? Now, different cards for that usually do for different people. Now, I will tell you that some people will tell you that It is the Temperance card because it reflects self-control. It is a self card. Some people will tell you that for them it is the Hermit because it is also all about the self. And yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. For me, it has always been a Page of Cups card. It is somebody learning love. It is a well-loved person, loved individual, learning about love. My soul twin, my twin flame, has always been a Page of Cups card because the fact that I will always love my twin flame, my soul twin. We are, it don't matter how far away we go. It doesn't matter how long we don't talk. I know when she needs me. I do. I just know. And I text and I call and I email and she calls back and she knows when to text me and do whatever. And that is the way it goes. And that's how it always is. I don't have to worry. That's how we are. We love each other enough. We don't have to always be in each other's business all the time. And we just know. Is it like that for everybody? With a lot of people I've talked to, yeah, they kind of, who are aware of their soul twins, who are in touch with their soul twins, their twin flames, yeah. There's always that kind of inner awareness of what their soul twin is up to, if they need them. So, in the most part, it can be. I think it's something that you become aware of as time goes on. So, yeah. Now, for heartmates, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends on the person. Depends on your skill, to be honest. Being an empath means I'm a little bit more fussy-wussy about those things, so be it. Now, sometimes instead of the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups will be more of your card for your soul twin. Depends on how you look at aspects, but for me, it's always been the Page of Cups. So let's talk about the other love cards. Love cards, because we love you. Ace of Cups. It's all about new love. It's about attraction. It's like, hey, how are you doing? So we're talking about the fact that it is about a new relationship. It is about that new excitement, happiness. It's about that whole aspect of figuring out what it's like to be in a relationship. So whenever you get a relationship reading and one of these cards come up, a new Ace of Cups comes up, I always know at that point in time that not only is abundance going to be involved, but the possibility of a new relationship is going to be involved. Somebody's going to fall in and they're going to be like, oh, hey, look at that person. Ooh. Will it come up to be anything? Maybe, maybe not. Depends. There's other factors that have to be looked at, but that is a possibility. The other cup is Two of Cups. That is all about romance. It's all about love, a partnership, connection. It's all about being in a relationship. It is, as I told a friend of mine once, this is all about the two of you. La 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 la. So it is truly the card that I think of when I think of relationships. That is for me the epitome of relationships. Now, there are two other cards, not in the cups, that actually do represent a few other things here, and I'm going to go over them too. And one of them is the Four of Wands, and this is all about celebration. So figure like a marriage celebration, any kind of public celebration bringing couples together, or a home environment, a wedding, things of that nature. Ten of Pentacles is all about the family. So you figure when a relationship gets to a committed portion, you're considered family. So that is the other aspect of that. Now, the other card that is often considered in the love, in the love portion of things for many, and there's the Queen of Cups, just so I'll have that out for us, is also the Ten of Cups, by the way, is all about family happiness and family contentment for once you've become a couple. So the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, those two kind of go hand in hand. So basically we're looking at these cards being the love cards when you do a reading. So when you see any combination of these cards together, then you know that things are happening or showing up for a love match or a love romance information. So when I do a reading, a lot of times when I see those kinds of cards come in, I look at it more of the lines of, is this going to be more of a soulmate? Is it more of a heartmate? Is it more of a twin flame? And especially when I have these kinds of cards at first, I actually look then at the persons. I look more at like who is showing up. Is there a knight, a king, a page, or a queen showing up? Is it a cup? Is it a cup person? Is it a cup that's coming up? Is it a pentacle? Is it a wand? Is it a sword? If so, what kind of energy are they giving? Are they in relation to the energy that the person I'm giving a reading for is? Reason being is that different energies give different readings for each individual. So one person could be more of a very hardworking, energetic person, so their soul twin could be more in the pentacles. Another person could be more of a intellect, so they may be more wand. It just depends. These are more aspects of, if you're doing a love reading, this shows up, it's going to be more love oriented, more heartmate, soulmate, twin flame. Yes, this is a designation coming up, and then go from there to find out whom you are more leaning to and what their energy is like. So these cards are truly the ones that I look at when I look at love cards. And I call them that. It's just like it's the love card connection. And a lot of times when I do those cards, I do pick out like from the romance card oracle deck, or I'll pick out from the Psychic Tarot Love of Love deck by John Holland, just to get a generalized idea, to help focus and clarify some of the information given. And it kind of helps, in certain ways. The tarot itself is actually fairly good in giving generalized information for what I need it for, and for an overall thing. But a lot of times, like the romance oracle will clarify if there's certain things that we need to dealt with to get to that point, or if there's other clarifiers I need to have. So this is what we look at when we look at love. Love, love, love. So one of the things that comes up when we talk about love is the cards. So then the question comes up, so what about the anti-love cards? And I'm like, yeah, there's some of those too. What do you want from me? So what cards are the anti-love cards? What cards out there talk about you not getting what you need? What cards are there that basically are about bad love or bad romance, as Lady Gaga says, which I think I probably have played that way so much in my time frame on occasion that I have to admit to thinking It has been a issue where I have had to sit there and say, well, you kind of need to not do that. That would be bad, very, very bad. So, yeah, there are some that really need to be looked at in regards to the heartbreak and what I call the bad love cards. And there's some that are worse than others. And there's going to be ones that are going to be the ones that most people will go to, and then the ones that others don't use as much. Now, there are usually 3 main bad love cards. I'm going to move these out of the way first. So we have our loves, and we're going to go bad love. Bad romance, people. Bad romance. So the 3 ones that most people are familiar with are where'd you go? Where are you? Is the devil. Because it's all about being in bondage. No. Sorry. My BDSM primer is coming back out to haunt me. So it's all about basically being addicted, being excessive and indulgence, obsession, stalking. That's never a good thing. So that's what that is. That's about a bad romance. The one that everybody is familiar with, the 3 of Swords. That's all about heartbreak, betrayal, grief. And then also the 7 of Swords, which is all about betrayal and deceit, cutting corners. It's all about the bad aspects. So those are the 3 ones that everybody knows about. Those are the big 3. And for the big 3, they are important. I mean, first time I ever saw the 3 of Swords, I about cried. I was like, oh no, I know what that is. Don't even just stop the reading right now for a moment. I need a moment to calm down. And that was actually in the middle of a reading that I was being given. And the reader who was giving me the reading was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not, because this is actually, I had told her that I had just broken up with somebody, and it was actually hurting me because I didn't want to break up with that person. I had no choice. So it was seeing that card basically hit a trigger that I did not know I needed. I did not need to have triggered. So let's talk about a couple of other cards that into a relationship reading or a love reading can be a bit devastating. Yeah, there's the Tower card. Tower card is all about change. It is all about upheaval, destruction. Sometimes somebody could come in and ruin your relationship. It happens. That's what this card is about. Not including it in a bad love card scenario is basically ignoring the idea that we do not have this happen, and we do. And so yeah, let's be real, let's be honest. It happens, and we just go forward. We're also going to talk about the 10 of Swords, which is about hitting rock bottom. The worst is over, we can go up from here, but it means that you've got to hit rock bottom. You basically are having all these swords in your back, okay? You basically have had all this crap happen. You've been betrayed, you've lost your home, your life. He basically cleaned out the whole entire house, or she's cleaned out the whole entire house and left you with nada. Not even the cat or the dog. They took everything. That's what that card's about. That is basically Everything you thought was about that relationship is gone. And there is nothing left. Then there's the Four of Cups, which is all about boredom and apathy, a missed opportunity. Boredom and apathy is a big part of a relationship. If you have boredom and apathy in a relationship, you have got to reassess yourself and reassess the relationship. Why is there boredom and apathy? Why? What's not happening? What's going on? Why are you feeling this way? Why are they feeling this way? The Eight of Cups, which is all about withdrawal, a turning point. It's walking away. Why are you walking away? Why are you walking away from this relationship? Why are you turning away? That's a bad love card. It's basically, I mean, you may have a good reason, but then again, they could be leaving you and you don't know the reason. So the question becomes why? Why are they turning away? Why are they drawing away from you? And that's why when you see this in a relationship, it's all about the why. The how, the why, and the where. And then there becomes the Five of Cups, which is about dwelling on the past. It's about grief and disappointment, which everybody goes through disappointment in times of relationships. There are good things and bad things about every relationship. However, because it's an emotion card, cups are all about emotions. Sometimes when we dwell up on the past relationships, when we're in a relationship, we sabotage ourselves. Let me say that again. When we are in a relationship and we dwell on past relationships while we're in a relationship, we sabotage ourselves. Stop it. Right now. You can't do that. It's one thing if you tell your partner, I was a stupid idiot when I was with my ex because of X, Y, and Z. If you see me doing X, Y, or Z, please don't let me do that. Please remind me. But don't keep bringing it up, because then they're going to think that you're going to do that. Bad juju. Very bad juju. So, these cards are what I call the bad love cards. These are the cards that when I see them in a reading, I get concerned and I start asking questions. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Devil, the Tower, the 4, 8, and 5 of Cups. These are the ones that make me go, well, what the heck? What's going on? Occasionally, the Two of Swords will come into play. That's in regards to a stalemate in the relationship. You're fighting, compromise is needed. Things are happening which doesn't make sense, that shouldn't be. And you're wondering, where do we go from here? Occasionally the Five of Wands comes into play, that there's conflict and challenge in your relationship. Something's going on that's really making you argue and fight and you don't know what. It's not really a bad love card as much as it's a conflict relationship card, but occasionally it does become a bad love card because you don't find a way to stop it. And so it keeps growing and growing and growing. And those are the things where I keep telling people, if you have competition and conflict, you keep challenging each other and you don't find a way to make peace, you have to really look at your relationship and find out, like, if any of these other cards are coming up. And the reason behind it is simple. If there's no other relationship, then what's going on? What kind of clarity are you lacking for both of you? Because there is something. There is issues. The other card that comes up occasionally is the Five of Swords. It is not one that I like seeing when it comes up in a relationship spread. It is about self-destruction through deceit. It's about being a bully. It's about abusive relationship conflicts. I see that in a reading and I get nervous. And I get nervous because I've been in abusive relationships. I don't like it when I see it. It means I have to start asking questions, and we go from there. Now, is it a bad love card? Yeah, it can be. So I have it more as that if it shows up, I start asking questions to find out if you're heading in the wrong direction, or maybe perhaps it's something that's been happening just recently and it's due to stressors. Stressors can cause people to act out, and if you're acting out self-destructively, or all of a sudden you're getting conflict all the time, usually these in the Two of Swords happen because of events. So these three are usually ones that when I see that, I know that these are iffy and can lead to these. So yeah, that's my good love, bad love, what the heck love, why is this happening thing. So that's the way I look at those. Those are the way where I most often see those kinds of things. So when I look at tarot as a whole, and I'm going to shuffle my deck and do a little reading, little relationship reading here. We're going to do a mini relationship reading for my dog, who doesn't have a relationship with anybody, although he doesn't like big dogs because he thinks he's the biggest dog in the universe. Yeah, we all see you. Although there's a little white dog over on the corner that he happens to think is cute. One of the things when I do relationship readings, and I don't always like to do them often, but I do them, is the fact that I don't ask a lot of questions. I ask what their question is, think about their question. I will ask the type of question that they're asking about. Is it relationship, work, job, home, self? If they want to tell me, they can tell me. Some do, some don't. But I don't always ask. And which makes me different from some people. I'm not gonna lie. Because I don't ask. Some people are like, well, how do you know you're getting the right reading? Well, how do I know I'm not? I don't have to always know. It's just how it goes. So, you're probably going to wonder why this specific spread. There are reasons, people. Reasons. Work with me. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to ask about how the relationship is going, and anything we need to. Is there anything that's causing any obstacles for either of us, either of the persons, and what the end result is of those relationships so far. So we're going to take a quick look here. All right. Yeah, we need a couple of clarifiers here. As I can already see two problems. And not necessarily problems like in a big way, but problems that say, ooh, okay, obviously it's these two cards. That makes sense. Okay. I get what's going on now. So, we're going to talk about the reading and why the extra cards I picked, and how they are affecting the reading. Okay. So we have the two people, and one is the Chariot in reverse, which basically says that they're not feeling confident in this relationship. They're not sure what action to take. The other person is feeling kind of bored. They're feeling like they've missed something. They're not sure what. And this person on this side is also saying that they're feeling like they're trying to learn the truth about what's going on in their relationship. They're trying to talk about it, and they keep talking about it, and they keep talking about it, and they won't stop talking about it, and they won't give the other person a chance to get a breather in edgewise, and won't let it go. The other person wants to have completeness, wants to be whole, wants to be happy. What's going on is that if they keep both in the areas they're going, it's going to end up leading to betrayal and deceit. They're going to get hurt. There is going to end up being a very bad problem. Now, why is this all happening? What is causing them to feel this way is simple. Both common to their past. They both have had upheavals and destructions in their life. They basically have both had really bad relationships that have shaken them to the core. So one tends to get bored easily and closes himself off. The other one ends up feeling insecure going into this relationship. And even though they both want to go for their desires, and one feels the other is very charismatic, this one needs to have somebody who supports them and feels like they're feeling supported, and they're not feeling that way right now. And that's one of the reasons why they're feeling bored, and they're feeling like they're feeling like they're not whole, and they want to be whole. This person, however, needs this person to be more confident, and help them to feel confident, help them be more assertive, and to answer their questions. Because if they would just answer and be reassuring and more assertive in that regards, they would feel more in control and be able to go ahead and be there for them and be this person that's more their supporter. So basically what happens is that this part is influencing them from being these. So that's how that's working out in this relationship. So basically this is how I would read it if I'm reading a reading. And I'm going to make up names. So those of you who know me, if I say your name, screw you. I love you much. So deal with it. So, Saf, I appreciate the fact that you let me do this reading. So, I'm looking at the cards here, and I'm seeing a couple of things that are coming out. So, I'm going to go over the cards with you, and we're going to go step by step. And if anything is resonating, let me know. If things don't seem clear, please let me know that as well, and we're going to go over it with you. So, between you and Nicholas, one of the things that I'm noticing is that you've not been feeling confident lately in regards to your relationship with him. In fact, you probably have been mentioning the fact that you feel like he's pulling away, things aren't going right, you're feeling a little bit unstable, but you've been mentioning it a lot to him lately. So he's been feeling kind of bored, kind of insecure, because he wants this relationship to be whole, but you guys are pushing each other into a part where something's going to end up happening in a bad way, and you guys are going to end up having an incident that's basically going to feel like a betrayal to both of you. Now, one of the things that I've discovered with looking at the cards is that basically both of you have had a major betrayal in your past that have led to severe upheaval in the way you believe about yourselves. In fact, one of the things is that it was due to somebody who was very charismatic, made you have this big, deep fear of yourself afterwards, because they made you believe in everything and every word they said and do, but they never gave you confidence in yourself. For Nick, it was more of an idea of, they were like, oh, go for it, you can do it, you can do everything, and then boom, everything fell out from underneath. What Nick needs is somebody to support him and to be able to sit there and give him the belief that he can do and be whole, and he is going to be able to accomplish whatever he sets his goals to. In return, you need somebody obviously that says, you've got this. Hey, you know what? I believe in you. You've got the skills and the temperament to do anything you want to do. And you need him to be able to talk to you. So what I'm showing is in order to avoid this part, which is what you guys are kind of leading to lately, you guys need to get to this part, which requires some talking. So what I would recommend is that you guys are going to need a new idea. You need to sit there and be like a little kid again and say, hey, I understand that, you don't want to talk about all this stuff, but I got a great idea. Why don't we pretend like we're going out on our first date again and stuff. You dress up, I'll dress up, and we'll meet at a restaurant at 7 o'clock and blah, 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 blah. And we'll put all this other crap behind us and just talk about who we are and what we need. Because sometimes you have to let go of what is and realize it doesn't matter. You need to start like a kid again and focus on what is now. Because what was then doesn't have to be anymore. So, does that make sense? So there. That's basically how I would do this reading. And a lot of times most people will usually interrupt and go, oh my god, that's exactly how it's been lately, and he's been da 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 da, or she's been da 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 da, and it'll flow through from that kind of a perspective. So that's how I would do this. Now, this relationship spread I use is one of many different types of relationship spreads I do. It is the most common one I will pull. I might pull some more extra cards out to do the thing representing it. Depends on what kind of spread we need. But yeah, so that is basically what we're looking at. So again, what I'm telling you is that there are love cards. There are bad love cards, bad romance cards. Seriously, Lady Gaga's got to do like a tarot song. But a lot of it is all about what you sense, what you need. In context with other cards. Everything is in context. Just like I showed you. What is, what can be, how to resolve, what it could lead to. The past, the present, and where to go from there. Because what happens is as you read the cards in sync, then you'll notice what follows, and the possibilities of how things can resolve. So hopefully this helps a little bit for those of you who are learning to read tarot, especially since I know love spreads are very popular, and tarot can be a pain in the butt to read. I'm going to do another video probably in a little while or so. We're going to talk a little bit more of what different spreads you can do, how to create a spread, why spreads can differ, and go from there. And just to give you a little bit more into you, we'll both do oracle cards, we'll do tarot. The reason behind it is I want you to be able to do something for yourselves. For those of you who have cards, some people find oracle cards easier to do than tarot, so I want to be able to do both. So I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, Bendithian.